Hello and welcome to another HOI4 video. Today we're going to be focusing in on Poland, and we're going to be choosing the bear. That's right, ladies. So if you don't know, this is a rather wild strategy that Paradox came up with a while back, where you can actually bring Anastasia back to the throne, and eventually you can even replace her with a bear. Not only going to be doing that, we're going to be doing it in record time. We will smash both the Axis and the Soviets and much of Europe, bring Wojtek as a commander first, and then as a leader of our nation. So here we go. Let's go ahead and get going here. We do want historical AI on and Iron Man mode so that we can get achievements. And actually, I don't even have these achievements, so you may be able to see the pop-ups here. Let's get going. Alright, so here we are in Poland. We have a few bad things. It's not too bad overall. First thing that we are going to do is we're going to clamp down on Danzig. It gives us a little bit of political power. It starts the ball rolling on making a really weird possibility for Poland available to us. We're going to do 4 on guns. We're going to do 2 on towed artillery and 2 on anti-air. This is going to be very important for later, and we do want to get rid of this plane too. We don't need planes. Who needs planes? I play way too many minor nations. Alright, we're going to grab 2 units here. Actually, where these are at already is perfectly fine, but we'll just give them that sort of order. We're going to split these in half. We're going to grab these 2, make them a field marshal. We're going to go with Sikorsky since he already has the defensive doctrine. And we're going to go with Vladislav Anders and Roman Abraham. And then we're going to do the classic 30 minutes of hell strategy. We're going to be holing up in Warsaw to Woods. If you've ever seen a 30 minutes of hell strategy, Germany, for whatever reason, cannot break this. Really not that strong of a defensive position, but it just works. It's powerful. Let's do a couple levels of fort here. We need to hold a couple more territories, because if a certain something happens really early on, we could potentially get capped if we only hold these 3 territories. So we're going to expand the bubble a little bit and make it an actual circle rather than the little crescent. All right, one last thing. We're going to send our fleet out of here. We don't want it to die. We are going to be going to war early on, and I won't spoil how we do that, but it's coming. Just wait. We do want to start the training of these units. A lot of them are going to be low strength. We also are missing a lot of infantry equipment, which isn't great. It's just what we're going to deal with. All right, clamp down on Danzig done. We also finished our first spy agency upgrade. I would recommend getting at least army department and interrogation techniques as well. If you want to do more than that, you can. Cryptology is great if you can get it, but I think in this case, I'm just going to get these 2. That should get us a decent amount of intel. All right, so next up, we got clamped down on Danzig. We have a couple things to do. We're going to be doing these next 2 focuses directly in a row. So we do need to bring a monarchist into Poland, and this gives all the options for the monarchist routes. It will offer us all 4 of these claimants 2 times, and then we get the mystery claimant. It's over here, but we don't see it yet. Very mysterious, even though I already explained it. Oh, and I forgot to mention, but I think I did it while I was talking. Yeah, we went to no garrison on Danzig. Very important. Make sure you do that right away. We now have 94,000 manpower free. We're going to eat that up. Let's hold shift down, make 2 more lines of 5, total of 11. And that's going to be important because the next step is we need to release a nation. We are going to release the Republic of Belarus. Very important to do. This does sequester Vilnius for us, and that's an extra 3 victory points. And if we didn't have this extra, we would actually just straight cap no matter what. But in this case, we can potentially survive. Fulfill the 5th of November Act is done, and can't do any more of those focuses. There we go, 151 PP. And let's click a button here. We get the Noble Bureaucrat, which gives us an extra 15% political power gain and stability. Both of those are hugely important for Poland. We're going to have low PP the entire game. All right, so every single time we get these, we're just going to say, no, we have another in mind. No, we have another in mind. No, we have another in mind. We do not want to take any of these leaders. Next up, we're going to do Polish School of Mathematics, and we should have a revolt on our hands really soon here. So we'll see. 20%, and boom. May 30th, we have Kingdom of Poland declared war on the free city of Danzig. Now, they do start with 3 units. That's perfectly fine. We have 2 units to defend. They can't really push out. So that's good enough for us. We don't really need to do anything else there. We are getting nicely trained here on these units. As soon as the next thing happens, we need to get these units back here into Warsaw. And by the next thing, I guess I'll just show you. It'll happen soon. We're going to do an improved worker conditions as soon as we possibly can. This is because if the thing happens, which is a thing where Germany can choose to support Danzig after a certain amount of time, and I've noticed a huge amount of variance with this. It's kind of wild. I've seen it happen in June 12th. I've seen it happen in like August, somewhere in October, and even somewhere in November. But if you don't get any event that happens where Germany rises up within the year, I would recommend just restarting. All right, we got Polish School of Mathematics. Fill the railways gaps next. I guess we're gonna do interwar artillery. That'll give us a little bit more power, which I mean, we mostly have infantry currently, so that's a good thing, especially for an early game war. All right, we finish up fill the railways gaps. Let's do agrarian reform. That's going to push back the peasant strike by 70 days. All right, well, we made it all the way to the next year, and we didn't get Germany supporting it, so I guess I get to show you guys what that looks like. I am gonna have to do a restart. All right, here we go. Iron Man Poland 2. I will see you guys once I do all the initial setup again. Yes, this is the event we were looking for. Peasant Uprising in. It's a very well-coded event, but this is the event that you're looking for that will cause Germany to join in the war against us. I'm gonna bring these other troops down here. We're gonna add them into the group, and we're just gonna railroad them down. Oh, I forgot to release Belarus. So I need to release Belarus as free, which it's okay, I think, but a little bit annoying. All right, now hopefully we'll still get the event. Yeah, see, now we're not getting the event. All right, well, I guess I'm showing all the things today that you don't want to see. If you see this event, Liberian Protectorate proclaimed, that means that it also failed, even though we don't actually have overlordship of Liberia. You can tell this event is pretty messed up. Okay, so we just saw our first time where we got like a really super early war. So it's only June 12th. We haven't been able to do an improved worker conditions or anything yet. Our stability is very low. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to actually change how this setup is. We're pulling a quick audible here. Grab all the armies that are important. We're gonna go like this. We're gonna pick up Redom as well and try to hold that for just a little bit. We don't need to hold it forever. Eventually we're gonna go back to the Crescent actually, but just for a little bit we need to hold that. We need to get our units back, make sure that they're railroading so that they can get there quickly. Yeah, that's connected to that, so I could go down here instead. All right, let's fix that. We want something like this. We want to dig in as much as possible, especially since our lines are very thin here. All right, well, we'll see if they push and take everything. Well, we already lost one tile. These panzers are really hard to stop when they attack with those. We are dug in here. We might be able to stop that one, but it's really when they group their panzers and actually hit a place hard, especially if it's plains, it's really difficult to actually hold. We've almost got enough though to where we can pull back, so once we start getting in the improved worker conditions we'll be in much better shape. I just wanted to hold Redom for a little bit since that is 5 extra victory points. Okay, there we go, 100 PP. Our first spend of the game. Hopefully we can hold this. We can always shuffle some troops over as well. It looks like they're not really going too quickly to take the rest of this, so we might be fine anyways. We do have 20 army XP right now. I'm going to use that on political loyalty. That's going to boost our stability as well. And with that extra stability, I think we should be fine. We should be good to go back to the Crescent. And also, I mean, they're really not moving in any hurry right now. When we can get to the Crescent, we will lose less casualties. So that's why I kind of want to get there as soon as we can. It's just a much more defensible position. And if they're attacking us there, the tanks won't be able to do very well against that. And we do still have these units queued up, and that's specifically so that we can hold on to that manpower while they take the rest of these territories. Once they take all the territories that they can, then we'll go ahead and release that manpower, just cancel all the deployment lines, and then it'll all come back into our queue. All right, so they took all of it. Here we go. And now we have 96,000 manpower. And some of that will maybe shuffle into these units, but I think most of them have full manpower. Their issue is more just the equipment side, which, I mean, we really can't get much more. We actually can trade, though, crazily enough. We only have 1 free civ, but we can trade that for steel, and that's going to help quite a lot for our production lines. Let's do that, and then once we get more mills, then we can put that on guns. Oh, and the reason that we can trade is actually because Warsaw butts up against Białystok, and then we have Russia and, you know, all this other stuff. So we can trade through all these neutral nations. I'm not sure if it's the river here or if it's just that Warsaw itself butts up against Białystok and Belarus, which is our puppet. But whatever it is, I don't care. I mean, it's helping us, so that's what matters. Now, they're not attacking us currently. I would like them to attack us, but I don't really know how to make them do it. They don't have very many troops. We could potentially do some pushing out here. It's not a terrible idea to do these attacks. Try to knock them out and then push into the next zone. Now, we also have some free planes. If they don't have their planes up, we can use these if we want to for air support and close air support. And then that'll give us a little bit more stats and a little bit potential to do some org damage as well. But you do want to be mindful that if they put their air fleet up, it will stomp ours. Oh, wow. And we are at 99% towards capitulation. So, yeah, we needed like 26% stability to not die. So I'm glad we did both the political effort and improved worker conditions. Successful encirclement here. Destroy these troops, and then we'll go back to the crescent once again. All right, we have 20 XP again. I'm going to go ahead and change our divisions out here, even though we're going to have massive deficits. I mean, we already kind of have deficits anyways, but we're going to add in the support artillery and support anti-air. Yeah, not good, but it's all right. I think I'm actually going to train some units here to see if I can bait them into actually attacking me. If not, our units will get trained anyways, so it's kind of worth. All right, we got 100 PP to spend. Let's go ahead and get the infantry expert. It's going to be 10% more attack and 15% more defense for our units. So definitely a good thing. All right, so we just finished up Central Region Strategy and the new Polish industry. I think I want to do, this one's 70 for 4 factories. That's probably going to be our best bet right now. This one's pretty good, and this one also gives 4 factories. But yeah, we just want to develop our industry as much as possible. We definitely want to get more on these guns as well, and we can import a little bit more too now. Oh, never mind, we can't. Oh, that's sad. No civs available. All right, well, we got Anastasia arrives in Poland. I'm actually going to stop doing this right away, and we're going to say our king will be the last Romanov, probably. Now, this does put us at low stability. We're at 18% now. It doesn't look like we're going to cap from that, though, so something else may be affected. Ability not to cap, but let's go ahead and get invite exiled nobility right away. This is going to give us some extra stability. Germany's still just not attacking us at all. I should probably break out here. All right, we're going to try to get down to Krakow. Let's bring some troops down for that, and then we're going to push with these. I think we can get away with just 10 here, or 8 there, I mean. Get away with 7 there easily. Then we'll maybe add some more divisions. We can try to get to Katowice as well, potentially. And that would give us the steel that we so desperately need. Yeah, they really don't have much on the border, at least currently. Maybe once we start pushing out, they'll bring in some more. That's potential. I'm going to want some forts here as soon as we can. Okay, we made it in. 7, 7, 8. I can probably get away here with just a little bit less. We'll go with 5 here. Okay, we got into Krakow. And we'll try to get to Katowice as well. This is all urban tiles, so these tanks are going to do next to nothing. I really need that rail there. Oh, only two free civilian factories. It's not good. Okay, we made it into Katowice. Thanks leaving us alone. It moved our capital hub to Vilnius. Why on earth did it do that? So in the case that it does this, I think I'm going to have to reload to try to get it to go back. So we just go out to the menu, or I guess we could have just hit load game from there, but this will work too. All right, so now our capital hub's not back. That means we have to manually do it. We're going to say move the capital hub here, and that's just the quickest way to get that done. Katowice is a little bit dicey. Move a unit over there. Okay, we got our capital back. All right, so next up we're going to do Pan-Slavic Revanchism. This is one that will allow us to actually justify a war goal. Currently we're at 9% tension, but once that attack on China happens, that will rise over the 10%, and with this focus, it's a negative 40% generate war goal tension limit. So that's going to bring it down to where we can actually get going on the wars that we want to conduct, and there will be many. All right, I have a conundrum here. I'd like to go to partial mob, but at the same time, we also kind of need to get to limited conscription. We still have a little bit of manpower left, so I think I'm going to go with partial mob because I really want to get some of this stuff built. The way it was going, it was just very bad. Why did our capital hub move? It's in Krakow now. Why is it just randomly moving around? I don't get it. But we'll finish this rail up soon, and then that'll be reconnected. So check this out. We push down into the south, and now we're 2 tiles away from our puppet here in Belarus. So if we could take these 2 tiles and actually hold them, it would be pretty big for us, right? So that's going to be the next thing we're going to be looking at, trying to get done. But of course, we need guns for that, and we are severely lacking in guns. We will be getting some more focuses here to get some more factories and all that good stuff that we do need, but it's still going to take some time. Germany is starting to attack more now, which I like to see. We need to kind of whittle them down, make them lose some equipment. Just in general, they need to be weaker so that then we can push out. They're trying to escape. Not gonna let them. All right, we got a decent little chunk here. Now we just gotta destroy it. Oh, that was quick. All right, fair enough. Back to the original points, boys. It looks like they're not really moving, so I'm just going to go around these units and maybe destroy them. All right, time to destroy. Every time we do those attacks, we are losing a decent amount of casualties, but we're also destroying a lot of their divisions, and I think that's worth. I'm going to stage for an attack on... Someone told me how to say this, but I am struggling. Idlice? Something like that. Probably still way off. All right, I'm staging for an attack. Oh, here goes nothing. I should probably try to hit this one though too, honestly. That way we can do a 2-pronged attack. All right, time for limited. Going over this river is an absolute nightmare. I would say it's not recommended, but we need to do it. We're almost there though. We just had to keep cycling more troops to make sure we get more. Helping with the fray, pushing for defense. Now maybe we can get this. I don't know. So far, looking pretty good. Nope. But they're gonna stack it with 1,000,000 troops like they always do. Frustrating. Oh, we're gonna make it maybe. It keeps shuffling more in. No, stay away. All right, so we are in. 5 troops should be more than sufficient there. We can just hold these guys for a while. They have 31 to 57 divisions right now. There's quite a lot just tied up here where they can't get out. So I'm thinking we can probably destroy them. So after we finish this focus, I'm going to head to the east here, and we're going to do demand Lithuania. We'll do that as soon as we finish that. And how's our justification going? We got 30 more days on that. All right, so it is time. We're going to demand Lithuania. I'm a little superstitious with this focus. I want to make sure that it will 100% work.
I'm not superstitious, but I am a little stitious.
I'm going to improve relations with them. I think that would probably matter. Look at that. We got enough support equipment. We're almost done with enough towed anti-air. We almost have enough towed artillery, and we still have a massive deficit of infantry equipment. But we're producing a lot every day now. Whereas before we were producing like maybe 5 a day, 6 a day, something like that. Now we have actual production, and we've got the German army on its knees. All right, our war goal on Iran is done. We will need this for later, essentially. We need this to get Wojtek. We're gonna need one specific province, which is Hamadan here. We don't really need the rest of them. We can create a puppet or whatever we want to do, but they will join the Axis. That's normal. All right, I think I'm gonna start doing a few attacks here. Don't need quite so many troops up here anymore. How do I want to do this? Actually, we could potentially push through here, trap all of these guys or something like this. Made it across the river finally, and now we're about to bring the trap. Keep these guys pinned. I don't want them getting out. Now we can destroy. All right, we've got demand Lithuania. That should be successful. All right, awesome. Commonwealth is reborn. So now we have an extra 9 divisions. We can grab a couple more divisions here. We can take 2 from Belarus and add those to the pile. And now I think I'm just going to use these in the north. And let's actually put these on a different field. I'm going to do these tiles, and then we can push out from there. Now that we've finished up demand subjugation from Lithuania, we can go ahead and do a justify war goal on Japan. And in this way, we can spike the world tensions a little bit. We can also do some improved relations with Finland, with Hungary, and with Turkey. That's who I like to go with. They have a lot of equipment that we can beg for from them, so I'm definitely going to take advantage of it. All right, so I've got new orders set up. I've got all 24 of these divisions ready to go. In the north, we've got 15 divisions ready to just hold here in the south, and we do need to still take this back. This is really annoying that we weren't able to actually retake that. I don't know why this unit is a superpower for some reason. Germany's still pretty strong. We destroyed a lot of their divisions. 431k to 87k currently. Looks like I will be able to take Königsberg here. That's going to be good. All right, so here we go. I'm ready for it. We got a little bit of planning built up. The all-out assault begins. We're struggling for trains now, which is not good. I'm going to have some on trains as soon as we have some free factories. Making a breakout already. Gotta be a little careful doing this. They do still have some decently strong divisions. If we go too fast, they could potentially surround our units. So yeah, it's just something to be mindful of. Surrounding their troops at every opportunity I get. Not too many, but we're trying to destroy them here. We keep surrounding their units, win in that way. Does Germany still have all these divisions? Oh my goodness. I've destroyed so many divisions now. All right, we got one justification down on Japan, but how about, yeah, we want to get to 60%. Once we hit 60%, we can start begging Lend-Lease. Finland, Turkey, Kingdom of Hungary. So they have at least 18 units here, which means they should have maybe 13 to 30 divisions up in this region. I'm also still surrounding some and destroying them. On earth do they still eat divisions? It's kind of nuts. Okay, I think we're finally getting to the point where they shouldn't have much left, but the resilience of Germany is always insane. All right, we have now taken Berlin. Beautiful. We're getting close. The death knell is sounding for Germany. Gonna continue moving, destroying troops where we can, and we'll win this before too long here. All right, while we have the PP and the ability to do so, let's go to extensive. Many more Germans are being trapped currently. Trying to get some more units, just flood the west. We just need to walk around and take stuff. Well, we did all that work to be able to ask for Lend-Lease, but it's basically over. I mean, we can still get at least one level of Lend-Lease, but yeah, it's pretty much done here. All right, I'm going to do one other thing here. We do need to get rid of Lithuania, but by get rid of them, we're just going to make them a puppet. And then we're going to do restore the Commonwealth. This is going to give us cores on several things here. We get cores on all Lithuanian states, all Polish states, and all Latvian states. And there was Germany. Very nice. All right, so we do need to take a few states here. We will be gaining some cores, so we need to take, it is still a core of ours, and we do need to take both of these two, Schlesien and Oberschlesien. Now the rest of this stuff, we're basically just going to be puppeting, but we do need one thing with Iran as well. So like I said earlier, we do need to take personally Hamadan. So there we get all of those, and now we're going to be puppeting the German Reich. We will stack everything on, and then we can also take all the fleet. All right, so Poland grows. We're getting strong. Now have a lot of world tension as well. So we just need one more political power, then we can do this in 80 days. 80 days ain't bad. And because they are fascist, we can do this with impunity. No one's going to stop us. We will be able to line up all of our troops on the border there and just simply attack. Now, I'm going to give these expeditionaries back. I don't really want them. We'll turn these into our regular divisions. And how are we looking? We're looking really, really good. Only 11 on guns currently, though. That can definitely be improved. We've got a lot to do here as far as mills. I'm going to build a few in our own territory, but then I'm actually going to build some in the German territory, because if we can take them down to integrated, that will be a pretty big boon to our economy. So yeah, we'll get that done. And we don't have cores on this quite yet. So let's go ahead and just do, local police force. And let's do a division designer. We're going to do cavalry. All right, we'll bring our fleet back. We'll join it up with the new fleet. So only June of 1938, and we already have accomplished a defeat of the Axis. We've taken the territory that we need from Iran, and we'll be able to do quite a lot more here. We're going to be building up our economy quickly, and we're going to get strong. We lost a war goal against Japan. That's fine. All right, we have taken Lithuania's cores for our own, decent amount in there. Not great, not bad. We're going to do integrate Gdansk industries. This is going to take us to export focus without having to spend 150 PP and get us off of that embargoed economy, and it's going to give us 2 more factories. The attack is coming up here soon, so let's go ahead and stop training, and we do need to get an order on that general or that field marshal as well. We'll build our planning up a little bit, and then we're just going to go. Our war is ready. Let's do it. This should be easy. We gotta call Germany in, of course. And there goes Austria. They were a footnote in history. Submit demands, German exit, good enough for me. Look at that juicy manpower flowing in. 35.27 million core population currently, going up to that extensive conscription. All right, well, we can still pick up some more cores here. We're gonna finish this up. We can do the governorate of Livonia. We can also do demand Slovakia. We can do demand Yugoslav subjugation. All of those, this one would give us a war goal if the Yugoslavs deny us. And if we do that war goal instantly before they can potentially get guaranteed, we can then attack them. That will bring Romania into the war as well. So we can get 2 more fairly large nations by doing that. All right, so we dumped out a bunch of units. We now have over 550,000 in the field. Let's go ahead and do the governorate of Livonia. That's going to give us some more cores. One important thing with these war goals is you do want to slow it down before it goes, because they can get guaranteed literally instantaneously if you're not very fast on the draw. So you can see I paused there right away. At this point in the game, we've already created a massive amount of tension. All right, we'll call them into the war. That way we can push from all sides. We want to push quickly, and we want to take Riga. Riga's the big prize here. The sooner we get across that river, the better it will be for us. Let's do demand Slovakia next. Yeah, and of course they blocked it. They're gonna stop us. I mean, I think it's okay. Try to surround them. 1 down, 1 to go. Once again, we're just gonna take all and take the fleet. All right, we can lower the autonomy of Germany, which is huge. There's a lot more factories. It was like 60 factories. And there goes Estonia. Let's just take all once again. And done and done. After we demand Slovakia, our next war is going to be against Yugoslavia and Romania. And the Czech Republic accepts. We're moving up and moving up and moving up. Oh, it's beautiful. That's actually quite a lot more factories too. Very nice. We're going to set up a new order now. I'm going to put 15 troops over here just as a defensive force against the Romanians, while our main force of 43 is going to hit from the west here. We're going to push in and destroy the Yugoslavs. Before we do that, of course, we need to do demand Yugoslav subjugation. And I just dumped out another 26 divisions or so, and now we have a nice round number of 69. All right, so this is another focus where we don't want to let it last too long, because once again, if they deny us, we get a war goal. We could see the British guarantee them. We could see the Czechs guarantee them. Just a bunch of people that we don't want guaranteeing them. Pay attention once again as you do this. All right, we got our war goal against Yugoslavia. That's what we want to see. Here we go. We're going to declare war right away. And we do have an order to attack. We don't need to call anyone in. We're good to go on that. And what should we do next? Let's do claim Russia. Romania's going ham on us up here, but it's not really coming to much. They're doing a little bit of damage. And there goes Yugoslavia. Now, these will be cores of ours eventually, so it is pretty well worth just taking these. So we'll take all that and take the fleet. There we go. So next up, pushing into Romania. So I basically just entirely surrounded them. We did a giant circle, and there they go. It was super easy. All right, we're going to take Bukovina, and we're going to take southern Bessarabia. The others we don't really need. We'll also take the fleet, of course, always, and then we're just going to puppet the rest. Back on them resource rights and for reparations, and we're good to go. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful Poland. All right, we're going engineers in these companies as well now. That's probably going to create a deficit, maybe not too bad. We did go up on the support equipment quite a lot. It looks like we're doing good on anti-air as well. That's really good. And yeah, I think we're staying up on about everything. So we have a lot of artillery. I am producing a lot as well. I'm going up to 25 on that. I'm thinking we'll eventually change these divisions into 24 width with artillery in there. But of course we don't have the equipment for it just yet. We have a lot of trains. We have plenty of trucks. We're looking really good on that. There's not really too much else we need to do here. We have extra divisions being prepared for this. I'm going to make sure that we have completely full all 5 divisions just like that. And we will be ready for this invasion. I mean, if we want to, we could wait. Could do the between the seas concept. We could get a faction with potentially Turkey, with potentially Finland as well. I don't know if it's even necessary. It's only 1939. We are really strong. I don't think the Soviets can hold us, definitely not permanently. So I kind of just want to go for it. Let's go and demand Pomerania from Germany. Since they're a puppet, they do have to accept, and that's going to give us a decent amount of more cores as well as factories, and that's going to be all 4 of these territories. Ostmark, Hinterpommern, Ermland-Masuren, and Königsberg. All right, we do have our war goal done. Let's go ahead and do this. I think we can at least hold them, if nothing else. We're gonna push because a lot of this is our core lands anyways. We actually get core damage. The Spanish War just finished and we've conquered like half of Europe and a bunch of the Soviet lands now. I'm actually gonna chill for a little bit here though. We're taking a decent amount of casualties, more than I really want to. I want to get more artillery so that we can push with artillery. All right, I'm gonna jump the gun a little bit. We don't have enough artillery for this, but I don't really care. I just want to do it. More cores for us. Germany folds. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do what I was talking about earlier, the between the seas concept. We'll see if we can get a faction going with like Finland. Even just Finland alone would be pretty epic because that clearly stretches the lines of the Soviets quite a lot. Soviets are making some big pushes back against us. It's going to cost them a lot in manpower, but of course they have plenty of that. All right, we did create Miedzimors, but I'm going to get rid of it instantaneously because then we can just create a faction with Finland. The UK wants to send us volunteers for this. That's funny. Yeah, we need to do these because we need to get all the way down to artillery monitors. Pretty big invasion down here. I had to divert some troops. That's no good. Pincer them though here. And now they're surrounded. And then in theory, I should be able to take Kiev back. The lines are looking a bit thin now. I think we can probably push. I'm absolutely smashing through now. Right. Our equipment is a little light in some places, but yeah, we're crushing them. We're gaining some more cores too as we go. There's still a few more that we can gain. I think Gomel, but yeah, probably not too many other. But I just dumped out 24 more units. We're gonna start taking this stuff. All right, so now that we're winning the Soviet war, I'm going to go ahead and do the war justification against Italy. Now the reason for that is there are some requirements that are needed for getting Wojtek into our army, so I will go over those here real quick. All right, so we must complete the artillery modernization focus. We are working on that currently. We do control Hamadan and Iran currently. We do need to be at war with Italy, and we need to conquer Skana. It's going to be a little bit difficult. Italy is fairly strong, and we're going to have to divert troops from our Soviet front to do that. But we are currently working on getting control of Moscow. Of course, once we get control of Moscow, we'll be in very good shape anyways. But not too bad. Yeah, we'll be able to do that. And Moscow has fallen. We just need Stalingrad, then we can do another focus. Where is that guy? Proclaim Slavic Unity. So we can get a massive amount of cores if we can do that. Oh, man. Hungary's demanding Slovakia. I'm going to say then come and get it. They will get a war goal against us, so we might have to go and deal with them. We're going to have to steal some units away. Probably these 24 would be the best bet. All right, so we did take Stalingrad. We have all the requirements met now. Yeah, we basically just need to just keep pushing. Don't really have to cap them yet. I think we need to still be at war with them, so for the requirements for Wojtek. So we're just basically going to kind of drag our feet a little bit. It looks like Hungary gave up the war goal on us. They decided it wasn't a good idea to fight their very powerful northern neighbor. Probably a wise decision there. All right, so we just finished up down here in the south. I'm thinking we will use all of these troops that we just freed up, helping to defeat Italy with. We've got 24 more troops incoming, but that's still not enough. We need a lot. We're going to steal away these 24 here, and we'll just do an Albania quickly. All right, we're ready. Yeah, these troops made it, so we're good. Be able to push there as well. Joining the common turn, of course they are. Let's go ahead and attack. Looks like we can actually do this. Doing some naval invasions. They can't stop what's coming. All right, I'm going to do one more thing. We do need to try to reduce Belarus annexed. That way we can get the cores back, because those are our cores. All right, so Soviets are only 85%, but I'm gonna go ahead and just stop the attack now. We'll kind of regroup here. I was trying to build a port here. It's taking forever though. Okay, so they didn't actually do their last demand, but now they think that they can get Carpathian Ruthenia. Okay, we're gonna say no. Maybe they'll declare war this time. I don't know. All right, we finished up the artillery modernization focus. That's huge. All right, we're going to do proclaim Slavic unity, and that's going to fix all of our manpower issues instantaneously. It'll be great. All right, we're going to have to finish this up, and then we need to go mop up this whole area now because they have been expanding a little bit from that naval invasion that they did. All right, so Hungary does have a war goal against us now. I would not be surprised if they actually took advantage of that, especially while we're busy with Italy. They might actually try it. A nice encirclement now on Italy, and here comes Hungary. Oh, that's annoying. But I think we can pull another 24 divisions safely without worrying about getting wrecked. And actually, Romania might actually help us out a little bit with this. All right, there goes Hungary. That's good. So far, okay, we did get Toscana, but I don't have the event yet for Wojtek. There must have been another thing that I need. Latium, Abruzzo, or Toscana. I don't know if we need all of those. Latium, Abruzzo, or maybe we do need all of those. I don't know. We'll need Abruzzo then. Aha! We got Wojtek. Beautiful. All right, I'm gonna get rid of one of these guys because we want him in right away for that extra artillery bonus. And I just got the bearer of artillery. I had never gotten it somehow. And we got our civil war in Italy now, so we can pretty much win this war whenever now. Let's keep pushing. Do we want to transfer the territory? Probably not. I think we want to keep it just in case we still need requirements for actually pushing out our queen or our empress for a new bear. Bearer of the crown. All right, so we have the choice now. We can either bury the evidence of Anastasia Romanov being a fake, or we can say someone else should bear the crown of Poland. And so that's what we're gonna do. He who bears the throne. The best leader in the game. And we're right on time. We're about to get Slavic unity. It's perfect. We're gonna go from, we're around like 40 million all the way up to 173.47 million. And that's not even with all of Russia yet. All right, Soviets are gone. All hands on deck. Nothing will be spared. We just gotta push. I've just been building a whole bunch of all over the place to finish up there. I've got my entire air force here, but it's just not enough. We are doing a little bit of cast damage. We need more. We need to actually wipe them out. Yay, we can annex Belarus. More cores for us. We're up to 219.25 million. Why is Mongolia a major now? Oh my goodness. Oh, it's so ridiculous. Why on earth would they be a major? And I have to march all the way out here just for this. Well, I was considering invading the British after this war, but now I'm just like, I don't really want to do it. It's going to be too close. The USA is going to join in. If I hadn't been so tired and I had actually paid attention and saw that they had become a major for some odd reason, I would have just sent my troops over there and finished them off. But now it's going to take too long. We won't technically get all of our cores, but I'm kind of okay with that. I think we've done more than enough this game. We have a massive amount of cores. We are undoubtedly the strongest nation in the game. And there's a peace deal. We have 100% of the war score. I'm just gonna take everything. Oh man, glorious run of Poland. Look at that beautiful, beautiful Slavic Union. Now technically we don't have all of our cores. We have cores on Bulgaria. We have some of their cores as well. We did gain cores on Litorala and Istria because Yugoslavia had cores on that. We could also get cores on Czechoslovakia. We did get cores on Slovakia itself. I'm pretty okay with this. Again, hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, leave a like, that subscribe button, and don't forget to check out all my other videos, my live streams, all that good stuff. And yeah, I will see you guys again soon. Bye bye.